So I just want to document this variegated Burle Marx that I have. I had this plant for over a year now, and it came as I want to say a 4 to 5 leaf plant, but out of the 5 leaves in that plant, only 2 of the leaves were variegated, and the other 3 were all green leaves. And basically, it was shipped from Hawaii, and in about a month's time, as it was acclimating to my house, and it was in the winter when I got it a year ago, it basically, the variegated leaves just sort of died off. That's my little corgi mix. Her name's Libby. So yeah, she just wanted to be close to me. So basically the variegated leaves died off, the 2 of them, and so while the green part thrived. And it really came from this stem, so it's not a very big plant when I bought it. And as you can see, that there's actually some yellow in the stem of this Burle Marx, but it came off as an offshoot, the green part. So I think it was here. Yeah. So this plant, now this big, I cut it off from here because the green part just took off. And I think many people understand why the green part of a variegated plant will take off, more so than the variegated side, is because the green part is just a more robust part of the plant, and they produce more food, they have more chlorophyll, and so it just really works with the plant. So that green part really took off. And but of course I really want to encourage the variegation, so I end up cutting this part off, and then it became this plant. And as you can see, it's an old variegated it's an old green, just a regular Burle Marx. Now it's a really lush and healthy plant. These are the 2 newer leaves, but I see no signs of variegation in this plant. So I am glad I did cut it off. And you can see Burle Marx is an interesting plant because it just branches off as it grows, and so you just get more and more growth points this way. Let's see if I can show you. So from that little stand there, now I got pretty much 2 more or 3 offshoots from this little part that I cut off and propagate. So this is the part I cut off. Yeah, so since then, what has happened? So I'm doing this kind of like as an experiment, because I really want to encourage the variegation back in this plant. And I was really bummed because, you know, I paid quite a bit of money for this plant, over $100 plus shipping from Hawaii. And at the time I was pretty new to the red plant scene, and I just didn't really understand or know the importance of you know, looking at the stem and its variegation when I buy a variegated plant such as a Burle Marx. It's not all true for all kinds of variegated plant, but at least for the Burle Marx, it's important to look at the stem and see how variegated it is. So I didn't really know. I just thought, you know, there's variegated leaves, there's gonna be variegated plant, more variegated leaves in the future, but it didn't really happen that way. So anyway, so I cut that all green part off, and as you can see, it's still all green. And I was hoping perhaps new growth, it would, I get lucky, and it will grow at the variegated part. But as you can see, this is the plant now. It's been, I guess, about 2 months since I cut that part of the plant off, and this, you know, the root of this plant was intact. So I basically just put in sphagnum moss and let it grow. And within probably a month, these new leaves started developing. So this is the first one, and it has totally unfurled and hardened. This is a newer one, and you can see there's 2 more little ones coming here. This new growth came up on the side of the green part again, which is really just right next to the node I cut off for this big green plant now. This is actually now in the 4-inch planter. So what I want to do now is I want to cut it off again as an experiment, because I feel like at this point I got nothing to lose. I bought pretty much 2 more variegated Burle Marx now, and I've been very careful about choosing them, and they, that 2 other plant has come out beautifully. All leaves are variegated, and I pay a lot more money for that. And so basically I do have other 2 variegated Burle Marx that works for me. So I thought I'm just gonna experiment on this one, why not, right? Because I already have 2, got nothing to lose. And so what I'm planning to do is, as you can see, there's still, this is where the variegation is on the stem. And I believe when the plant came, the 2 leaves that were variegated came from this other side of the plant. So this would be the left side of the plant. However, the right side, which is the green part of the stem, is just a lot more robust, and it just has a lot more growth. And even the new shoot is coming out from this side. As I said, it makes sense why a plant wants to develop growth at the more robust side, because it wants to survive, doesn't want to die. So obviously that's the part they want to will take over. So basically now what I'm going to do is I have sterilized this knife, and I am just gonna try to cut it off where I'm gonna try to do this where the new growth will keep the roots for this top part, but I want to just cut it off this much so that I hope, this stem will still have this part of the roots, so it's gonna be fine, but I'm hoping perhaps if the shoot from the left side would, somehow decided to grow, it might be variegated, because I don't know what else to do. So this will be an experiment, and I'm gonna try to do updates for you all, and this is an experiment for me, and I want to see what happens. So I'm just gonna do the cutting, and we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna turn it off now. Maybe I'll actually just cut it. This is my first video, so I still have to learn editing. So I'm gonna cut it off, and then I will, come back and post on the update. I'm not sure how to cut. What do you guys think? So my thought is I will do like this. It's kind of a difficult cut, and the variegation is right here. So maybe this whole node, if I just cut it off, it will stop growing, at least the green part, and then maybe this little slightly yellow part will take over. All right, so I'll come back, and wish me luck.